May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Another day on crypto and PulseChain, and we've got a really good topic today. We've got the whales on the move. So PulseChain whales on the move, getting ready for their launches in September. And of course, we've got Rack and Rochelle coming up very, very soon with CoinWell. And then, of course, Firewhale later, probably in the second half of September, probably. So yeah, maybe earlier though. You never know. So always get some surprises. But that is for Xgame. So the massive whales about to hit, make a splash on PulseChain. Couldn't be a better time, right? Couldn't be a better time. So very, very, very exciting about that. So we're going to talk about that. We obviously some of the related tokens will be Briah, SolidX, Xgame. Those are sort of things that will be relevant, and maybe CoinWell is going to have a reward token. And that might be good. Get called CoinWell. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll find out what it's called. But that is also going to be talking about that. So it's going to be a fun show. Now, we will be running the show for about 15 minutes because we have an X space on after that. So we're going to talk about that too before we kick into everything. So, yeah, we'll be probably speeding through a little bit faster than normal. But welcome to Sean. Good to see you, Sean. Hey, all. Big shout out. And, of course, Q Baller in the house there. Morning, all. Good to see you, Q Baller. Big shout out. Don't forget to share the show on X. And, of course, we're going to share the show for the link to the X space coming up. Everybody's welcome, and yeah, we'll have an open floor, so you'll be able to jump on there as well. Primarily, it's around hearing about rising DeFi stars or teams, but we'll have an open floor. People can jump up there. What else we got? Brennan in the house there. Well. They gave back the PDI. Yes, very interesting and very odd at the same time. Brennan, very interesting, very odd at the same time. Some people have two different perspectives on that, and some people have three. I don't know, but that's pretty weird. We got property review in the house there. ETH doing well, says property review. It isn't doing well, and it is doing well indeed. A little bit of pullback today, but other than that, looking really good. All right, so without further ado, let's get into some of the news here. Before we do, though, we're going to talk about the X space that's coming up. This is going to be on at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is in about 57 minutes. So we will be doing a slightly shorter live show today. But this is the X space, and of course, it's going to be PulseChain DeFi Rising Stars. Now, I think I do have the link to it here, so I'm going to post the link to the X space, and you can all pop in on X afterwards. So X space, and this is 9 p.m. Eastern, so it's just after the show, really, and that is the link there. And definitely come along and share it around as well on X. So that's going to be our next Crypto Night Show, PulseChain DeFi Rising Stars. It's all about the teams that are really rising on PulseChain. Could be all sorts of DeFi, GameFi, anime. You just never know who's going to turn up. A bit of an open session this session, so kind of cool. It's been about probably 5 weeks or something like that since we had our last one. So great to have that. And, of course, MVS Crypto will be there too, the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show. So kind of cool. There it is. Check it out and share it around. Bring in all the peeps. All right, without further ado, because we've got a lot to talk about, let's get on to the next topic. So we're going to get into stock market and talk about that. So stock market there, S&P 500 closes at fresh record. So record times, baby. That's how we rock and roll. Dow Jones there up at 30%, 147 points to 45,565. S&P 500 up 0.25%, 15 points to 6,481. And the NASDAQ, with all the tech companies in it, up 1/5%, 45 points to 21,590. And you can see they're all pretty, if we go to the max chart, you can see they're all at the top end of the chart for all-time data. Look at that, bam, look at that, S&P 500, look at that thing. Let's look at last year. Look at that chart, just up and away, right? NASDAQ also doing amazing. Look at that, pretty cool. US dollar at 98. Remember, it was 108 when Trump came in, so it's depreciated. Commodities, we got West Texas, $63.78, down slightly, and Brent oil at $67, down slightly as well. Gold looking pretty strong at $3,451, up $18, and silver looking good too, $38.72. I think silver and gold just getting ready for that next move, right? Getting ready for that next move higher. And as Brennan says, ETH is also looking pretty good. 5,500 in a couple of weeks, says Tom Lee. There we go. That is looking good for the old ETH price as well. So let's get into some of the earnings. We had NVIDIA, of course, the most valuable company in the world. Q2 earnings were beaten. So it's really, really cool. And that's without any resumption of H2 shipments or H2 chips, H20 chips, I should say, to China. So that's an impressive result, right? So it's an impressive result from NVIDIA. Obviously, there's some more stuff happening around the Fed. We're looking forward to that coming up as well. Obviously, 17th September is the Fed date. Let's have a quick look at the expectations around interest rates coming up there. Let's see how many days. 2 weeks, sorry. 6 days and 17 hours, basically 3 weeks. This is just under 3 weeks now. And we got 87% expecting a 25 basis point cut for September. And maybe get another 25 on October and probably another 25 at least on December there. So we're looking at 75 basis points or 0.75%. So there we go. That's kind of where we are with the Fed. Let's go jump over to the crypto general market. So we'll pull that up. And we're going to talk about ETH since everyone's talking about ETH in chat. Let's go to that. And here we can see we got the market cap at 3.92 trillion, down 0.6%. We've got 18,443 coins. And we know, just like this is a ranking site, we know that the Rackham Shell is going to have some kind of ranking site. I think it's Coinaki. So that could be coming up too. At the moment, we got Bitcoin right now at 111,155 after a little bounce yesterday. Just bouncing down here below that 112K mark that we want to sort of maintain. 0.3% down. Ethereum at 4,500, down 1.7%, but holding up pretty well between the new all-time high at 49 and recently we were down at just above 40, so we're kind of halfway there. XRP down 1.2%, $2.97. BNB down almost 1%, $855. Solana is actually up 3.9%. Nice move there at $203. And then number 9, we're up 0.4%, 22 cents for Doge. And then Tron is down 1.9% at 34 cents. So there we are. That's our top 10. Best performer over the last 24 hours is Solana. Best performer over the last week is also Solana, up 8.4% there. Followed not too bad by Ethereum. Looking at the top 100 coins, so we've got that. We've got Kronos, number 27 is the best performer in the last week, 77%, so not bad, but 33% of that was today. At least 33% up today. Connect, Hype, or K-Hype, at number 77 is the second best performer, up 9.2%. Hyperliquid at number 16 is the third best performer, 8.9% increase. And then we got Jitter Soul and BN Soul sitting at number 48.59, currently the fourth and fifth best performer, around 8.6, 8.5% up there. So those are top 100. Looking at top 1,000, we're not going to go into the details for this because we're on a time clock today. But Dora Factory there and Camp Network and New Maria, top gainers in the top 1,000 right now. Trending is Mantra, Kronos, and Hyperliquid. So there we go. That is our results for crypto today. Let's jump into the strategic ETH reserve because this has been a lot of fun. This is going to be so much fun, following this. And of course, PulseChain could easily have the same kind of thing set up, right? So PulseChain could have the same kind of thing set up. We got the last big thing that we covered was Sharplink Gaming. They bought another 56,500 ETH there on the 26th. No doubt some of these others have bought some. There was chain analysis yesterday showing that Bitmine Immersion has been buying more. So we'll probably get another disclosure from Bitmine pretty shortly. So they're on the move still. So there we go. At the moment, we got Bitmine Immersion sitting at number 1 at 1.7 million. Sharplink Gaming at 700, almost just under 800,000 ETH. The ETH machine at number 3 is at 345. And they're all the big players that have recently been buying some pretty big chunks, right? So that's the mark there. We have, of course, a 10 over 100,000 ETH holdings. And of course, we still have PulseChain Sacrifice sitting proud at number 5 spot there, 166,000 ETH. Pretty awesome, eh? Pretty awesome. And we currently have all these different organizations, 71 on the list. So kind of cool. And like I say, there's no reason why we couldn't have one of these on PulseChain. Why not? That would be pretty cool. So that is where we are right now, and we, of course, Sharplink had a little bit of update. Ethereum isn't just a technology; it's becoming an invisible backbone of world finance with ETH at its core. At Sharplink, we compound ETH for our stakeholders by staking, generating consistent yield on treasury assets. This makes it superior in many ways to some of the options on Bitcoin. And of course, strategic ETH treasury management, multiply the value of the underlying asset through a liquid public company. And of course, building long-term reserves, positioning ETH as a core balance sheet asset. The result, stronger fundamentals for the company and compounding ETH exposure for every stakeholder. The asset is ETH, the ticker is SBET. So SBET on the move there. Pretty cool, right? So that is how it's done. We even got Nick Hellman in there, stop fading SBET opportunity. That is kind of cool. So that is where we are right now with the old crypto market and ETH looking pretty good. Sean says, shake and bake done. Let's not lose focus on the RH picture. Color by numbers, it's all laid out. Yeah, we've got some little blues clues around that too, by the way. I don't have the post up, but we're going to talk about that marketing. Let's do that first as we get into things. So let's go to PulseChain. Let me just quickly check, see if Richard Hart's actually said anything recently. Let me just make sure I've covered that as well. Remember, I'm on a pace today because we've got the X space as well, so I've got to balance things out today. Richard Hart. So Richard Hart there, how are we doing for time? We're actually doing pretty good for time, so I guess I can pace it a bit more, but I don't see anything particular that's up. But let me just go to my bookmarks and see whether I've got the bookmark on it. Oh yes, let's pull that up. Actually, we're going to pull that up. I didn't talk about that before we move on. Let's take this as well. We're going to take that, so it's kind of cool. And let's pull that up as well. So this is going to real alpha drop, so it's might as well worth talking about, right? Might as well worth setting up. And you guys can just to wait for me to talk about it. But kind of cool. Let's go to this and let's go. Actually, let's jump out of here. Let's go to that and let's pull it up. Before we quietly get into PulseChain, let's quickly get back into a bit of Bitcoin because I want to talk about the future price of Bitcoin, right? Actually, let's go to full mode here. And you can see this chart here. This is from APS, who's a great commentator on the Bitcoin future. And you can see here right now in orange, we are in the current zone, just above 100,000, of course, 111,000. And it says in the past cycles, Bitcoin marked a major low in September and then rallied for 2-3 months in Q4. And that's what we are kind of expecting. But you never know, we may get a surprise in September. But that's kind of where we are right now. You can see in the September, there was a dip in 2017, 2021, pretty flat kind of 2013, but the market's a lot more different now. So yeah, let's see how we go through September. But we do have potential interest rate cuts on the 17th, right? Less than 3 weeks. So maybe, a bit earlier in September, we start to get a ramp up for the end of the year banana, right? We're after that banana cart, that part there in the blue and the red, and then the I guess it's a light green, baby green there or something. So yeah, that is game on, guys. So get ready to rumble. Don't lose heart. We're really in the most important period of the cycle, and of course, we do expect the cycle to probably be busted up a little bit with institutional investing and longer term holders, right? So just take note of that. It is a 10-year play now, apparently, says Tom Lee, and he's pretty much been the most consistent analyst out there in the stock market, at least, and early adopter to crypto. So kind of cool. It's a pretty neat little picture there. So I thought we'd go through that. So that's the first one. We're going to get into PulseChain now. How we're doing for time? We're 30 minutes in the hour. So we've got plenty of time left to go. Get in the chats here as well. And of course, don't forget to share the channel around on the old show. And don't forget, we've got the X Space coming up after this live stream. It will be co-hosted by myself and MVS Crypto, promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show and the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. So look forward to that. That's coming up. We'd look to see you all there. We will have an open floor, so be able to pull people up, but hopefully we'll have a good number of projects that you can hear about that are all doing some cool stuff. Blair and House there. Hi all. Good to see you, Blair. Welcome. All right, so let's get into PulseChain, and we're going to get into the big stuff. The whales are moving on PulseChain. We're going to talk about that. So day 838 is almost done. And, of course, PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023, and with 838 days later. Pretty crazy, right? Pulse price there on sale still after our little exploit on BetterBank. So we're at quadruple 042, down 1.9% right now. We're at PulseX at quadruple 0305. And that is down 1%. And we've got the buy and burn sitting at 7.68% of all PulseX has been bought up and burned. We've got Ink Token there at $1.54, down 3.7%. And we've got Hex there at just under 9/10 of a penny. It's actually up, breaking the trend there. It's actually up 1.7%. So that's nice. EHEX, however, is down to 1700th of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX is at 1.06 cents. So what's the rule here? Load up, because maybe it's the very last sale. There's always going to be the last sale, and I think this is kind of like the last sale. So, well, they'll call this moment the better bank moment, giving you the chance there. Let's jump over to the gas prices. We got 773,000 beats, so really cheap there, or really low gas, and 1 cent for a PulseX swap. Moving to the validators, we're at 52,340, so we're actually up about 50 validators. That's kind of cool. That's the first sort of break in about a week. Bridge, we're at 108 million, so obviously down from where we were. We're over 110 million quite a few days. And our ETH there sitting at 6,663. The DAI there at 23.3 million, 19.6 million ETH there, and our USD tether there 5.6. So we have lost a lot across all of those assets, from what I can tell. So that is pretty much the hit that we got there. Let's go over to the news. I'm just trying to remember what I've got coming up here because I can't remember what I put here. Oh yes, Better Bank. No, this is marketing. This is marketing for PulseChain. So marketing for PulseChain. Hunter Ballo there is a community member. I think has some sort of van company, transport company, logistics, something like that. He says, leaving to deliver a van. This was yesterday. And of course, he says, leaving to deliver a van to Griffin, which is the, I think, 401c, isn't it? A non-profit that's helping to deliver all the marketing projects. Marketing electronic devices, the LCD devices, to the United States. Every country will probably have a different non-profit doing that, but this is the one for the United States. 200,000 of those devices have landed. Richard let us know about that. And they were getting labeling done, right? Which I don't know how long it takes, a week maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it is ticking away there. So he's given us a little bit of alpha, actually, because we have a bit of the logistic process. He goes, leaving to deliver a van to Griffin's, the logistics distributor in the United States, on August the 31st for a massive marketing campaign. So we now kind of have a deadline. Don't really, it's not something Richard necessarily would give us, maybe even Griffin, but we've got it from Hunter. And then, deliver the van for distribution August 31st for a massive marketing campaign. Guess how long of a drive it is? Hint, I'm in South Carolina. What's funny, he's in South Carolina. I've been to North Carolina. I haven't been to South Carolina, but maybe I drove through South Carolina. I must have driven through. Maybe I have been to South Carolina, but I just drove through it. There we are. From Florida. I went from Florida to North Carolina, so that makes sense, right? I did. I've been to South Carolina, but I don't really remember it. Right, so there we are. That's pretty cool. So kind of cool. He's got a little picture of himself there. Pretty funny. Got to give that a like there. So that's kind of cool. What's it say? 12 hours. Apparently it's 10 hours. 10 hours. 10 hours to go there. 10 hours to, 11 hours. 11 hours to go. Apparently there. That's what someone's estimating there. Fast Abdul says this guy's a PulseChain Chad. Right, so that is kind of cool. That is the van is on the move. Yeah, the van is on the move to the depot, the depot there that Griffin's running. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if Griffin's made any comment about that, but that's pretty bullish, right? So I don't know if they've written anything up in there. It doesn't seem so. Can't see anything. Yeah, the last update they had was that the labeling was planned, right? They were doing the labeling. It's kind of cool. Remember, we must abide for non-profits. So that was kind of the last update. So I thought that was kind of cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you hadn't seen that from Hunter, that gives a little bit of a deadline that, marketing's, September, pretty much, isn't it? That's going to be distributed there. So kind of cool. All right. So was it the last time to pick up the sweet, PulseChain stuff? You decide. Now, let me just here. I don't know what I'm on this page for, but anyway, we got the markets there, $39.7 million on the Better Bank exploits. And we've got the last best performers in the last 24 hours. Now, we do have at the top here a new coin called PulseWolf. Been around for 8 hours. Got a bit of a sponsorship here, 10 electricity. That is up 3,000%. Now, obviously, I'm not endorsing any coins. These are just what are performing. We got Diehard there is sitting at 7.5 cents. Been around for 1 year or over 1 year on the back of PDI. That's up 42%. But look, we've got Briah there. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Actually, just to pull that up and we'll talk about that separately. We got Liberty Rug on the old Liberty. So obviously, there was some commentary, I think, from Somi about Liberty Swap and little people Rack and Michelle around Liberty Swap. So, I'm not in that camp. I think Liberty Swap's done a lot of good stuff. It's not actually the way Liberty Swap's set up either. So, they provide their own liquidity. They use the official bridge. It's really an on-chain to on-chain setup with some clever, accounting, APIs, and liquidity management. That's kind of the way I see it. So yeah, don't really see that. So 28.8% is up on that one. Little meme tire pump there, just pumped out of nowhere. Pump tires, pumping everywhere. We got Doge there, been around for 6 months. Pump tires up 28%. We got this one here with no name, not sure what that is, but 2 days up 26% as well. Then we got Xgame, right? So we'll pull up Xgame 2 because that's going to be another one for Firewell, right? So we'll pull that up, and that'll be cool. Not sure which one we're going there. I think that one. I don't know if we have Betterbank there. I was going to talk quickly about Betterbank a bit more, wasn't I? Yeah, we're going to talk about Betterbank. We'll do it first, probably. Then we've got BTC, Bitcoin there, up 15%. ADA pump tires, so a lot of pump tires here, up 12% at number 9. Number 10 is Time Dividend. And, of course, Time Dividend is one of the best charts on PulseChain. So, can't argue against that. 4,200 for a penny, up 10%. Let's have a quick look at that. And you can see that chart looking pretty good. Obviously, a very solid project, and getting recognition from wider parts of crypto on the Change Now discussions, right, for the X spaces and stuff like that. And the chart there looking pretty good. Let's go to the weekly chart on that one, shall we? So there's Time Dividend. And as you guys know, it's got its own swapping fees and revenue. So no doubt when we get a run on PulseChain, this will hyper pump. So there could be some people get pretty wealthy out of this. Liquidity 124 at the moment, but what will it be, in 6-9 months, etc.? 8.5 million market cap. So that is going pretty well there right now. So there we go. Sean says, no name is nothing, says Sean. No name is nothing. Oh, thank you very much for that. We got Borno Borrows baby. Good to see you, Serafina. Welcome to the chat as well. So that is on the mark there. At the moment, number 11 is GoPulse at 10 cents. Pretty stable, 10 cents, isn't it, around there? Up 9.6%. Hex there is also up 9% there. This is another pump tires. Vouch, which launched 12 days ago, apparently, is up 8%. And pump tires there, the main coin for pump tires, of course, is up 5.5%. So that's kind of where we are there. ALGO sitting at number 17, up 7.5%, etc. And then we've got Unity, which we're not talking about today. We have been talking about that most days. We will obviously be talking about that on a regular basis from Cryptographics. It's currently $14.73, up 6% right now. What else there? Blitz at number 20 is from Pulsalium Farm. That's up 4% as well. So we're going to probably finish there at the 4% mark. But we do have, quite a few in slightly green there. I'll make a couple of mentions there. We've got Surf Token up 3% there. We've got Teddy Bear from James Maria. Liquid Loans in the mix there, up slightly green. Pump Tires. We've got Solana there as well. Sorry, Sun Minimal up 3%. So that just gives you a few of the ones that are on the move right now. And we can see that Hex is just making 1% right now as well. So there we go. That is our market day. Almost 40 million. Unfortunately, we're getting a bit of a recovery right now. But that is where we are on the charts there. Nothing is the name of the coin. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, Sean. I figured that's what you meant. It's definitely doing well with that. It's got nothing on it. So we'll have a little look in there, Sean. We'll have a little look. That is what's been around for about an hour. That's the chart there. There we go. It's a nothing. It's a nothing coin. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. Let's have a look at Betterbank. Obviously, Betterbank was the bigger exploit. And of course, there are people that, think it's an inside job. People that think that just got hacked with the flaw in the audit codes and all that. Just got, attack vectored. So lots of people different views. So you can decide. Normally, if someone's I've seen claims, but without the evidence. If you're going to make claims, it provides some evidence at least. Now there is some particularly peculiarities. I'm going to talk about that. That's for sure. And that raises suspicion. But let's see what we've got here quickly. Got to keep track of the time, of course. 24 minutes on the hour. So I think we've got a little bit of time that we can talk about Betterbank. So yeah, I think we read through yesterday. And we read through all the updates yesterday. Remember that? We went through that. So we're not going to go through all the details that they had here. Remember, the thief had 700 million PDI. So we're just going to take that number. And then we got an update after that update, which we read out yesterday. So we're not going to go back there. We're going to get to the fresh ones. So 13 hours ago, we had this update. We can now state that 550,000 PDI has been returned. Now, the question is, why on earth would a exploiter, take the PulseX, sell it, bridge it over to the ETH chain, sit on a whole bundle of ETH around $1 million worth, and then just give back 550 million ETH? Why on earth would a hacker do that? So that's the weirdness, and of course that fits with the people that think it's an inside job. So I'm just, we're just raising the questions here, not necessarily drawing conclusions, but it's bizarre, right? Bizarre. We can now state we still need to do all the work on the contracts and redeploy everything, and the pause time may still last that week. So some people obviously think that this is about rinsing the PDI community, but then they got the PDI back. So it's like a bit weird. But this makes a lot of difference towards making everyone whole again. So, the idea they're making everyone whole again, that's the idea. Of course, people say, it's just a rinse and repeat. So you get, still a lot of trust there. Now, we have no, I have no particular reason why, without seeing, some really good evidence. So I haven't seen people make a case for anything yet because I haven't had a chance to look at anything online if there is anything, but that is where we are. So from the looks of it, the team is trying to make things whole and make people get their funds back. But definitely it looked like at least $1 million had gone. So if anyone's got any other extra information, let us know in the chat there. But that's kind of the play. Now we did get a more update here as well. So we're going to go through this one. So 10 hours ago, we got a bit of a letter, which I haven't read. So this is reading this live. Dear everyone, unlike most posts from us, this is Nikki speaking, principal founder of BetterBank. I'd like to address the audit issue. They did talk about the contract in question, but they ran their attack with a test ETH. The attack showed a negative yield. Test ETH should for PulseChain purposes be considered a token that we want, like PulseX or PDI, not any bogus token that anyone could mint. 3, therefore, we never saw the danger of this being possible with a bogus token that anyone could mint. We replied as such. Then they then lowered the severity to low, and we moved on. We never saw the true danger. They never persisted in the explanation to show the true danger. If anything, it was a communication failure and an expensive one. We are, however, able to cover all bad debt and thereby make all users whole. We're reopen the protocol now. The Aave side is all intact, right? So it's just the risky side that they added on that was the one that got compromised. But we still have to rewrite, retest, and redeploy the contracts before we can reopen. We hope to do so in a week or less, but it might take 2 to 3 weeks. So it works. We truly lament what happened, but this is a wrong that we can right. We're not defeated. So that is from the team. Seems we had a few comments there. Now the auditor, of course, said yes, this is correct. The initial demonstration used test ETH. We acknowledge that the issue could be reproduced with any type of bogus coin, but we did not fully demonstrate this at the time. So it looks like a breakdown there from the between the two auditor and BetterBank there. So yeah, we had a couple comments in there. Obviously people checking that out. So you can go to the deep dive. We're just kind of doing a review of it. So that is kind of where we were on BetterBank. So just to explain some of that. So we'll keep a track on that story as it unfolds. Let's jump over to the story about Rack and Michelle. All right, so we're going to get into the whales now, which is our main story today. And this is on the move for September, right? So we're going to look forward. And here we are. So Rack and Michelle, Coinaki War Room is coming. Meme coins don't just moon, they fight. Communities will rally, they will vote, they will scheme. Only one meme coin wears the crown on the Coinaki meme coin room coin. Meme coin war room, I should say. Almost started rhyming there. And when it does, CoinWell burns that coin supply aggressively. Now, obviously, that would the best inference would be Briah token or Briah token, of course, which is Mrs. Rochelle's his wife's dog, which is growing up pretty fast actually, and that is the one meme coin that Rack and Michelle about 2 weeks ago said it wants to make it the number one meme coin on the chain, right? So we're going to quick look at that in a minute. But he says, a firepower few understand, the throne many want, but the king never lasts. Chaos is coming. Watch the war room. List your meme coin. Choose your side or be erased. So there we go. A kind of cool concept there. So that's kind of cool. And I said, looks like Briah is going to be a mega burn, get the mega burn treatment. I got a like there from Rack and Michelle on that one. So must have been on the right direction there. Reward room is going to be legendary, says TEDx. So everyone's pretty excited, aren't they? Everyone's pretty excited there. So that is from Referral Bonus, but we've seen a lot of cool stuff coming from him. And of course, this was some other news. So we'll just quickly go through some of this. We obviously had this news, which we read out already. That's from CoinWell itself. strategic capital move incoming. Not only has Rack Michelle not been dumping, he's preparing a personal investment of between 1 and 10 million in CoinWell. And of course, this will probably set the tone for the liquidity. And, if you're going to do 1 to 10 million, how many more money are you coming in from your clients and other ways, right? You're going to probably at least 100x or something, maybe something like that, or 10x at minimum. So, for every million, maybe he's bringing in 10 million, maybe he's trying to bring in 100 million. So, that's kind of the way I think about this when I see these numbers. For those paying attention, this move should come as no surprise. Reckon's previous entries in the Pulse and PulseX were 4 times larger, and his conviction in the space remains just as strong. And that is true. I mean, it was number one PulseChain and PulseX consortium there and took the leaderboard. PulseChain Network is unfortunately riddled with influencers who lack real experience and have no business trying to shape the direction. When high conviction capital speaks, the market listens. This is just the beginning. So, pretty exciting. We were heading for that. Someone asked, a strategic capital move incoming. There's obviously need to kickstart the project. And CoinWell says, we have our own capital thanks to Rackham. Nothing is needed from the public. Our rules are very strict. So there is no coin raise, right? There is no coin raise happening. And so that gets us to not only the meme coin Coinarchy War Room, which is not CoinWell, but Coinarchy, is actually, what's coming up. So we'll get to that in a minute. The PulseChain community didn't ask for permission. They demanded freedom. The era of gatekeeping is over. I'm not knocking on doors. I'm handing over the keys. Gatekeeping is dead, which is, it's pretty interesting where that's going to be. He says, what do you mean handing over the keys? You'll see soon enough, says Rackham. So that is some of the latest stuff there from our biggest whale. And this is probably the one that really got people excited as well, not just the meme one there for Briah token, but there will only be 2.5% of CoinWell tokens available for the public. So it looks like we have another new token, but this time it looks like a reward token. It doesn't look like there'll be any capital raise for this, right? So that's important. And so it looks like over 90% of the supply is in contracts, ready to reward public for good behaviors. So this token will have to be mined essentially by participating in the protocol. If you think about that, we're just using mine as a general way of thinking about it. But if you're going to be getting access into the lending or LPs or any other DeFi they have on the protocol, it's really more of an integrated DeFi offering from the looks of it with CoinWell, and it's definitely going to be blue chips. It'll be targeting at US corporates, maybe Saudis and things like that. We'll find out how deep the connections go. So he's teased Donald Trump Jr. before, the White House connections. We just don't know how far he is driving this through, but definitely has access to some pretty wealthy client lists and things like that. So we'll be looking forward to his expansion. Over 90% of the supply is in contracts ready toward the public. So there will be a bit of a clamor for this new token, whatever it's going to be. So it looks like we possibly, if we take in the Coinarchy and we take in the burning of Briah, and then we, because he's the ones made the claims, and then of course we get this new reward token. We might probably recently see, LP pools between Briah and this new token, right? There's kind of natural connections there. So pretty exciting. Let's see. Excited for this. Woof woof, says Briah on PulseChain. So they're pretty excited. That's the official account there for Briah. I always say Briah because it's spelled Briah, but it's actually Briah. And Miss Rochelle would be very. You make sure you use the right one, otherwise you get in trouble. All right, so that's pretty cool. So that is from Referral Michelle. What happened to the Briah token? It had a little pump on the news there, and I think it's just getting warmed up. Really, probably getting it warmed up, is it? And as you guys know in the chart there, it had a quite the sell-off, but of course it got pretty much rolled. But now it's probably going to go up the other side now, right? So we're like a roller coaster, and the roller coaster, Briah the roller coaster. And of course, as you guys know, dogs are pretty playful. If you've seen little videos of Briah, the dog is definitely pretty playful there. Misspelling there. You got that. So that is kind of cool. Brennan says it's a nothing pump. It says, you're talking about the nothing token, yeah. So Briah pump confirmed. See, even I go Briah all the time, but Briah pump confirmed. They definitely had a bit of a pump there. And is this setting the stage for a hyper rally over the next few days? So let's go to the daily chart there on Briah. And let's see how many days are left to go. Because now Coinarchy and the War Room apparently are coming to town for the old Briah and a massive burning, right? So we've got 15 days to go from today, so 2 weeks pretty much. So yeah, what's going to happen to this chart over the next 2 weeks? We shall see. Now, the other thing, of course, that's all back on the interpretation to the best explanation and previous statements from Rackham. And I knew one meme coin wears the crown on the Kornaki meme coin war room, and when it does, CoinWell burns that token supply aggressively. So it's pretty cool. So I guess it's going to be a bit of a war room there, and meme coins will be competing against each other. And I guess Briah there's going to have its place in the sun there as well. So it's going to be fun. All right, and also CoinWell as well, right? CoinWell itself. So we'll see what mechanisms. He's got lots of different things he can do to really, pump not only CoinWell but Coinaki. Those are the two main sites we're expecting, and then we've got 3 other sites that he's working on that will also have, probably other utilities. So keep a lookout for that. So Rackham Michelle's on the move. And of course, by my accounts, we've got about 2 weeks or so to go, up to 2 weeks maybe, the 12th of September for the CoinWell launch. And that has got all the big DeFi, like I say, swapping, lending, etc. We'll see what the full range is there. AI as well, right? It's got its own Jarvis, so we'll look at that too. All right, so that's pretty much Briah. So big shout out to Rackham. All the best. We look forward to it, and we'll keep up to date on that one. The next one, of course, is the other big whale on PulseChain, and that is FireWhale. Yes, he fans the flames of fire. FireWhale there, and we got some news from Fast Abdul, which is kind of interesting because it's not the official channels, not official SolidX or Firehex from what I can see, but Fast Abdul here. SolidX game just got approved with the international gaming license. This is a massive, guys. So an international gaming license, looks like they got it, and this is exciting. So yeah, how many projects out there will have a proper casino gaming license? I'm not aware of any in particular. There may be 1 or 2 out there possibly, but this is pretty huge. And it's going to be DeFi, a DeFi, gaming system or decentralized casino. Very few projects can claim this. It's a big deal. It certainly is. And congratulations to SolidX and team. So that was from Fast Abdul. Does it benefit holders of this coin, or is there any new coin associated? It burns SolidX. So SolidX getting a lot of love. So, it looks like, Briah there going to get a lot of love and from Rackham. And then it was this SolidX going to get a lot of love from, the old license. So that's huge news. That's the big news we're really waiting for. And we do know that, based on the RH Max interview on the 16th of this month, that we were going to be 4 to 6 weeks away from the launch of some of these games. And now it appears that the game licenses are all go. So 4 to 6 weeks, does that mean we're going to have it slightly earlier, like more like mid September? Or does it mean we're going to have it, in the second half of September? We shall see. But definitely, I see it sort of just after Rackham's one, possibly. So if we got Rackham's launching, CoinWell launching by the 12th, so it was 27 days if you remember, then we could see that. Now apparently, Brennan says, nice, seems like a few whales competing with meme coins on chain at the moment, says Brennan. Absolutely. And we got Brennan says Randy is doing a SolidX giveaway in 20 minutes. So you might get a lot of alpha drops from that and Randy's show as well. So you can go check that one out too. But that's pretty cool from Fast Abdul, and we'll see where that all leads. Now, just keeping track of the time here, we've got about 12 minutes left to go. So that's pretty huge, big news. It's also potentially big news for Xgame, right? Xgame is going to be the first game, and of course, decentralized crypto casino, and this could be pretty huge, right? So this is currently running at 0.3 of a penny, and had a nice little pump the last day or two after a big sell-off, big flash crash there. And of course, that was on, we had Better Bank and everything else in the play. And now we've had a nice little pump here. Is this about to do something special? The chart overall, it doesn't look too bad, does it? It's kind of in the maybe just above the 50% mark there. And let's see where this goes on the old Xgame. So SolidX Xgame going to get a lot of love. Now there are 2 other pump tires out there: FireWhale token and SolidX green. Is it green or blue? One of the green or blue. And they're out there too. So, but these, I think, SolidX and Xgame are probably going to get a lot of love from now on. So countdown, to 2 weeks for 2 weeks for Rackham, and maybe I don't know what 3 weeks or something like that for SolidX. Could be in that sort of ballpark. So going to get a lot of love on these, and so far they've kind of been dominating on the leaderboard, right? So that's what we see, a big pop. You're wondering why these were popping, and is it just getting ready to rumble? That's the question, right? So not financial advice, but we're following the influence to the best explanation, so to speak. So that's kind of cool. So that is Xgame, kind of cool. And we've got coming up, we've got the PulseChain DeFi Rising Stars on Xspace. That is coming up in about 20 minutes, which is going to be pretty awesome. And that is the link right there. So if you guys aren't, jump in there, come and hear from some of the teams. If you're out there, we will kind of have an open floor mic. So we'll pull people up if you want to get on there, as long as talking good stuff and not talking about some random ostrich that you saw down the road or something like that. That would be interesting, but not this case. So that is Xspace 9 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be on pretty shortly. Hear from some of the rising DeFi stars on PulseChain, which is awesome. Always good to hear. And we've got some great teams out there, absolutely, really, really working hard. We've got a lot of teams working hard. A lot of teams are working hard there. I cannot say that enough. They really are. Trying to make PulseChain a great chain and bring some really cool offerings to the market. So it's kind of cool to hear from them. Very, very nice. All right, so that's some of the good stuff happening on the old chain, which leads us back here. But yeah, it's going to be pretty fun where we're heading. I think we're 40 minutes on the hour. I finished like 10 minutes early. Isn't that crazy? But definitely come and join the show there. Let's go to the big screen. Let's go to the big screen. Bam! Come and see it, the Xspace. It's on in 20 minutes. You guys got to be there or be square. That's all we can say. That's double advertising today. Double is like Xspace on 9 p.m. Eastern, 20 minutes from now. And we look forward to seeing you the Xspace there. Going to be pretty cool. All right. Jump back there. Bam. All right. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming, guys. We've got a lot of stuff coming. Who knows where it could all lead. But the big whales are finally on the move. We've waited for this a long time for the whales to be free to move. Why are they free to move? Well, the SEC got defeated, right? The 7th of July, and now we are free. And all the good things are coming. Yeah, we had a bit of an upset with the Better Bank because they started off with a roar. They're still doing pretty well, right? The Better Bank's still doing pretty well. But definitely, one side of the protocol got hit for sure. I'm just having a quick look at the strongholds, which is the Aave side. That's sitting on 22 million, so that's still intact. Nothing really happened there. Still offering pretty good yields, 42%. That's the wildland side, right? So the stronghold side of it, the Aave side, but the riskier side is that's on pause right now. Probably will be on pause for 1 to 3 weeks, let's say. I know there's talk about a week, but maybe 1 to 3 weeks there. But yeah, I look forward to. We might go and read a few of the theories out there that people were putting out, pros, for, and against. But it is kind of weird that the PDI came back, that and all the other rest of the money taken. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? That's kind of weird, very weird indeed. I don't understand that at all. That is the confusing part. Otherwise, it would all be pretty, pretty standard. But that does confuse the whole picture. Brennan says, "Can we talk about footy in the spaces?" Well, maybe, Brennan, maybe. Okay, just for you, we'll talk about footy for like 1 minute. 1 minute. That's all that will take to talk about the Newcastle Knights, mate. That'll be all it'll take. So yeah, hey, we've got a great bunch of people watching right now. It's a big shout out to everybody. Don't forget to smash the likes there. But Xspace is on in about 15 minutes, so definitely want to join for that. I'm going to finish the show 10 minutes earlier so we can do a bit of setup. Make sure my mic's working. The first time we did Xspace, my mic wasn't working for 10 minutes. It was terrible. Yeah, we had Rack Michelle was in the chat there. We are going to get him to speak, and fortunately, we were late in the show, and so we couldn't get him up to speak there, and I had to start straight away. So yeah, I don't know if Rackham's out there, but it'd be great to have him in the space. Cheers, super. Yeah, well, that was for you. That was a gift. That was a gift for you there, mate. Kind of cool. So yeah, exciting times ahead. The whales are on the move, guys. September is going to be crazy for PulseChain. With these big launches. Now, remember, CoinWell and CoinNaki, these are blue chip launches. So these are, this is access into institutional kind of money. Not, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but certainly into high value worth clients. So that this is probably almost as good sometimes. And we'll see how far the setup goes for Rackham. With into the White House, potentially Saudis, etc. So that could be pretty cool. Firewell, of course, marketing budget coming up. We may not have seen a marketing budget like this before. Outside maybe Richard Hart, stuff like that. So that could be huge. Rackham Shell's obviously going to do a marketing budget too. So yeah, the PulseChain starting to we really haven't seen this. So this is kind of a new thing for PulseChain. So 3 kind of marketings running in September: Richard Hart, Rackham Shell, and Firewell. It's going to get fun, guys, and of course that's going to ramp up. So that's something we haven't seen. That's a new thing, and it's at the right place, right time. So I look forward to that. The other big thing, of course, is the network effects. A lot of connections outside of PulseChain. We've seen this integration with other chains there through obviously all the bridges like Liberty Swap, Ramp Now, and stuff like that. But and of course Hex Scout, bringing on 150 chains things are going to be completely open. We're going to access all that liquidity, all the users on the other chains, and then of course we've got the marketing ramping up. It's really going to start happening, guys. Very, very exciting. And of course, we've got this big ETH theme going with all the ETH acquisitions, and the whole chain get re-rated. And like I say, of course, we're a full system state copy of Ethereum. Why not have some of the same themes? Why don't we have a strategic pulse reserve and all that sort of stuff? Like formally set up, with the get listed companies and all that sort of stuff, trading pulse and accumulating pulse, all that sort of stuff. So that's definitely out there. And as I think, we've probably got some people that could help execute that sort of stuff. So, exciting times. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We've got a massive amount of people watching, so I'm really sorry that we're going to end the show so early. It's great to have you all here. If you're not following on X, smash the follow. I do stream 8 p.m. Eastern virtually every single day. And the other daily show that's doing that as well is Crypto Paradise. So a big shout out to Crypto Paradise team and their surf token. And those guys are crushing it. They're currently down in Mexico from the looks of it, living the dream out in the pools and the beaches and all that sort of stuff. So big shout out to that team and doing a great job. Big shout out to Xavier out there. Xavier, of course, one of our big KOLs, or the biggest actually by numbers, has come. And we got some big surprises coming up on Friday. So rumors are there's another big influencer coming down the line. I'll leave it at that. PulseChain. Things are starting to pick up with the big KOLs coming to PulseChain. It really is exciting. So, fun times. We've got lots to talk about, I'm sure, moving ahead. We're also looking forward to On-Chain Bet, right, from Jacob. So, we've got 2 big decentralized crypto casinos launching in September. That's going to be a fun times. And as you guys know, we could have Mafia there too. We could have, I think we've got Cult DeFi's project launching. The Pulse Miner, I think, is launching pretty soon. And then we've got... what else we got? We got maybe the ultimate PUSD algo. Come on, Jacob, bringing that down the line. Of course, we need some oracles and some magic there. So there's some magic happening in the background with oracles. Oracles will open up a whole ton of new DeFi revolutions on PulseChain. We obviously got Fetch, but we need full range oracles. So keep a lookout for that. It's going to be pretty exciting. So on that note, I will say goodbye. Before we do that, though, let's go hear from our founder. Let's go hear from our founder, because at any time, guys, at any time, we could get one of these, right? We could get one of these.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
That is true. So at any time, we could get one of those. On that note, I will see you guys soon in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, guys. I will see you in our X Space, the Rising PulseChain Rising Stars, or DeFi Stars, the PulseChain Rising DeFi Stars at 9 p.m. Eastern. So that's in about 10 minutes time on X. That is the link right there. And if you're on X already, you can find the link there. So kind of cool. I'll catch you then. All right. Take care, everybody. We've got a huge audience watching right now, so I really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, and I'll see you again to cover more alpha on PulseChain tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, take care. And exciting times ahead. All right, let's play out some music. Bing, bang. 3, 2, 1.